Okay, welcome back everybody. You're watching the Premier League Season 3. My name is Triumph Man. I will be casting Virtus.Pro versus Empire. Now this is Game 2 in a best of 3 series. Virtus.Pro actually GGing out during the 14th minute of Game 1. Not that I blame them in all honesty. They were getting pretty badly hammered. I think it mostly came down to drafts more than anything else. They really let Empire have their favourite heroes. And this time round, Virtus.Pro, they learn from their mistakes and go, okay, Empire means Wisp is banned. There we go, it's the first one knocked down. They also have gotten rid of Naga's Siren, who doesn't hit the ban pool all that often anymore. But there you go. Empire, though, also getting rid of the Darkseer, getting rid of some really nasty AoE there. And they will ban up a second hero. Who are they going to get rid of now? And they will get rid of that Bounty Hunter. In fact, Virtus.Pro have made quite a lot of use of him. Batrider, though, are being allowed to slip through. Also, do have Templar Assassin here, if the team decides they want to get their hands on her. Batrider, though, the first pick. And there we go. Templar Assassin being picked up. A scandal there. Most likely going to be playing TA. Jakiro, also the next pick, of course. Pretty much the number one. The number one most favourite support hero ever of teams at the moment. Because they really feel like the Ice Path is pretty fantastic. That said, speaking of Ice Path, I do like the fact that Empire, how they built Jakiro last match, instead of going for the Ice Path Maxion early on, figuring, you know what, we don't have this max stun, even with the max stun duration, it's not going to be good enough to lock down Queen of Pain. Let's just get the increased dual breath levels just for damage, just to harass and drive back. Virtus.Pro going for a very gank and AoE centric lineup at the moment. We've got Tidehunter, Queen of Pain, Batrider, all three heroes that are really well known for their ganking, as well as Tidehunter, of course, for his team fight as well, but he used to be used fairly a lot as some kind of roaming support hero. Not so much anymore. He often actually gets thrown to a suicide lane. Actually, I've seen him several times now get thrown to a suicide lane and then just roam about, collecting levels like that, setting up fights, setting up kills, and then just getting a few levels up there, here and there, and then catching up in the mid game with his farm before setting up nasty big team fights. Clinks, though, being picked up for Empire. This could actually be a solo Clinks. They could be looking for an offensive try-in once again. Of course, we've got Chaos Knight still on the board. I think we might see Virtus.Pro ban that now, just because Chaos Knight and Jakiro, and then if you could even throw a Keeper of Light or something in there as well, is an extremely nasty combination. You throw that into the defensive try-in, can quite easily shut down a lane. Clinks gets sent to his own lane to handle that into the safe lane, and then Templar Assassin handles her own lane as well. Of course, it is a bit of a risky move. Templar Assassin isn't ready to gank until about level 7 or so, once she's got her. And if possible, she likes to just sit and farm for a core Blink Dagger anyway. And then, of course, Clinks, not really that good at ganking until he finishes his Orchid. So you've got these two heroes. If your offensive try, if it fails, then they don't have much to offer. You don't have any backup. So it's very much, it's an all-in strategy. You've got to have that offensive try lane work, or at the very least stall the enemy somehow. If they lose, you're pretty much screwed from there on out, barring some fantastic play, like some absolutely crazy good play from your solo players. It'll all come down to their shoulders. But Dirge also being banned by Empire here, Virtus.Pro should get rid of the Dirge there. Empire, on the other hand, getting rid of some nasty pushes, and I think, yeah, there we go. They're actually worried about the jungling Enchantress. They're jumping out, annoying them with a couple of creep, and they've also got rid of the Broodmother. I think it's mostly because I don't want Broodmother facing off in the suicide lane against the Clinks. I do get the idea that Clinks will be taking that suicide lane this time round. Or rather, no, wait a minute, no, what am I saying? Broodmother will be taking that suicide lane, Clinks will be taking the solo safe lane. He'll be farming that there, and they will be looking for an offensive tri-lane of some type. They'll be looking for some kind of offensive dual lane, but without a staying power of something like a Dirge, I don't think they'd try and do a dual lane, especially if the enemy might end up trying, but we'll see what they decide to go for. Batrider, though, of course, does do several different roles. Of course, he can suicide solo, does take solo mid. It really depends where they want to put this Queen of Pain. Of course, he does jungle on top of that if you really, really want him to as well. But we will see. Continue on the ban. So Bane actually being banned out. Interesting decision there. Don't often see the Bane picked or banned all that much. I think the last time we saw Bane actually picked was Pulse, and it went very, very poorly. The final pick here for Empire, or rather ban here for Empire. What are they going to knock off? They might be, if they're worried about the Enchantress, they could be worried about the Chen, but then again, they let the Chen slip through last time, so maybe it's just the thing is, the Enchantress can get more creep early on the Chen. That's might be what they're worried about, having two really fat, nasty, high-level creep jumping them in about the 1 to 2 minute mark. But we'll see what Empire decide to ban out last. They're going to take their time with it too, going to go into the overtime. Right now, Virtus.Pro, they're looking probably for some. Right now, they're probably hurting for supports. Tidehunter, generally speaking, will be at best a soft support, so they'll be looking for a hard support still. And they decide to ban out the Enigma, get rid of that really Really good AoE. Black hole from him. Make sure he can't get his hands on that. Should mention that Rubik is still available. Of course, Rubik is still very, very popular as a support here. And of course, we saw Virtus.Pro run Rubik with the Queen of Pain last match as well. Never really got into the match, but then again, it's kind of hard to get in the match as a support when the game is already over at 14 minutes. So take what you will from that, especially when you've been playing the babysit role as well. Haven't really been that mobile, haven't really been doing a whole lot of anything.
10 seconds remaining.
And now we have the 4th pick here from Virtus.Pro. I do think they are stuffed. Okay, nope, they're going to grab the Chaos Knight, make sure Empire can't get their hands on that. The Empire, if they want an offensive trial lane, they've got to come up with something else now to combo with the Jakiro. And they can't go to the Shrek either, the Shrek also being banned out there as well. We'll see what they decide to go with. Chaos Knight, of course, a very, very nasty hero, but they could just pick some. They could actually just pick a whole bunch of. In fact, they could even try it if it's try something like the Brewmaster. Or we've even seen it with Tiny in the past as well, though I'm not really feeling the Tiny all that much this match. But they will go with the Sven instead. I don't think we'd see enough Sven. Sven is a huge man mode hero. We'll see how Empire run this one instead. It's going to be Sven versus the Chaos Knight. The Cleese versus the Illusions. Will it work? We'll see. I mean, it's not quite as effective. It's not quite as effective as Chaos Knight, of course, because Chaos Knight has the 1-2 combo. Reality Rift could close the gap straight up. And then, of course, this stun to follow up straight away. And of course, the stun can land a huge duration. Stormbot, on the other hand, while it's a nice AoE stun, if you catch a couple of heroes, isn't it very painful? Does good damage, but you can't spam it like the Chaos Knight can. Of course, 6-second round rifts are very, very annoying once you get it leveled up as well. Now, the final pick here for Virtus.Pro, I think they are definitely hurting for some supports here. They could really, really do with support to back up the Chaos Knight. I mean, they could even still pick up that Disruptor. Would fit in nicely to Chaos. It would fit in nicely with their lineup. Of course, Disruptor and Chaos Knight give them plenty of ability to pick off stuff from long range and displace people who step out of line. At the same time, it also works nicely against just about anything else, just because the AoE silence really will help them out. Of course, Titan can help him set it up too. Batrider can drag him, lock them down inside him on top of that. So, we'll see what they go for, though. We will see what their final pick is, but I would definitely like to see a Disruptor again. Alright, no, they're going to take their time here. We're really thinking this one through once again. It's going to be a Venomancer. Okay, that's an interesting decision. Now, the Venomancer, of course, definitely gets played as a support a lot. At the same time, he has some decent push, counter push. Also, he also has some nice utility with the wards as well, of course. He's one of the more difficult to gank heroes. He makes his lane very difficult to gank just because he'll be spewing out plague wards everywhere. Just keeping line of sight in all directions, making sure that his teammates do not get jumped. And now a final pick here for Empire. Jakiro, the hard support, looking for a soft support now to back him up. We've already got 3 primary farmers here, Sven, Klinks, and the Templar Assassin. I think they definitely could do with a Keeper. The Keeper Light would fit in nicely just because Sven, of course, extremely mana hungry. If you give him free mana all day long, he will spam out Stormbolts all day long and really drive somebody absolutely crazy. In this case, we might actually see Batrider go, you know what? Depending on where the Sven goes. If Sven goes to the safe lane, Batrider will probably go, you know, screw this lane, he'll just go to the jungle. Because the double stun, especially if they're seeing Keeper Light up there as well. Even if Jakiro actually backs up Templar Assassin or floats to another lane, they'll just back off there. But I think they will be going offensive tri-lane just because Klinks won't handle that suicide lane very well, and Templar Assassin will be taking the solo mid most likely. And Ancient Apparition will be the final choice. So they go, you know what, let's just get some more lockdown there. Cold Feet and the stuns and slows from Sven and Jakiro are definitely going to work really nicely. Also gives them a very, very nasty AoE ultimate there in the form of Ice Blast. But let's call out the players here. Alright, so playing on the Radiant side for Virtus.Pro. Hopefully they do a little bit better this time around. We have Ammon playing Chaos Knight, Chaos on the Venomancer. Tamed by Wild on Queen of Pain. She'll be in the safe lane again, I think. Bandit playing Batrider. Ennis on the Tidehunter. And playing for the Dire side, Empire, the unstoppable unstoppable Juggernauts here. We have Funnick on the Klinks, Blowbrains on Sven, Scandal playing Templar Assassin, SS playing Ancient Apparition, and Go Black playing Jakiro. And there we go, Klinks going to the safe lane there. The offensive tri-lane rolling out with Sven now. Man mode Sven heading to the offensive right now. Like I said, this is kind of an all-in strategy. If this fails and if they lose a couple of fights, this is going to, not only will it delay them by a lot, it'll also buff up their opponents by quite a bit, and that will then make them, once their opponents have a level or 2 over them, they'll have much better spells, and it'll become even harder to gank them in that lane. And of course, once you start falling behind, well, none of these other two heroes can really rotate early on. Clinks will be busy, Funnick will be busy farming, Scandal will be busy farming as well. He's going to be trying to get that early Blink Dagger. So they really won't have anybody to take up the slack, and it's going to come down to them making amazing plays in the mid game, those two solo heroes, or of course Virtus.Pro making really big throws. Now it looks like we'll have some blockers thrown down in a second there to prevent those pulls.
The battle begins.
Or not. They're thinking about it. Meanwhile, Ennis, he's thrown in a ward there. In fact, if he's not careful, he might get spotted out, although Jakiro possibly... Yeah, Jakiro was definitely seen by that ward there. So now NS knows there's definitely somebody in his jungle and won't go in there with any great haste. Meanwhile, Batrider going to be solo top versus Clinks. Now this is, could be worse. Clinks at least has got some standoffish distance to him, but at the same time, Batrider's annoying in a 1v1 situation all the time. And it looks like Howstone's rolled into a dual lane mid. This is going to be upsetting for Templar Assassin. Now they picked the Venomancer, I think mostly just to dick with the Templar Assassin here with this dual lane. Scandal though. This is going to be a rough lane for him. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it's going to be Ennis handling the pulling and the support role. And then we're going to have Tame My Wild trying to farm this lane. But against his triple stun threat, this is going to be pretty tough indeed. At the very least though, oh actually no, it looks like Goblack maybe rotating to mid just to help out Templar Assassin and help keep them off her. At the same time though, you will need to watch out for the slows. Of course, he'll be both of them still very vulnerable to getting picked off by a slow and a stun there. An Ice Path coming through. They're going to try and do some damage to Chaos. I doubt they can get the kill in here. See Templar Assassin just backing up for a moment.
Denied.
And Chaos Knight actually opening up there with his Poison Sting just to harass TA a little bit more. And yeah, Goblin will be heading back to mid there to back her up. It will be a dual bottom versus Queen of Pain. And it's just going to skulk about. It looks like he's hoping just to handle the pulling here. If he can handle the pulls, it's going to slow down these couple of guys quite a bit. And he's going to head back now. He's going to see if he can set something up or not. He's just going to leech experience for a bit. Meanwhile, top lane, how are we handling this up here? Clinks 5-0, Batrider sitting on 6-1, so it's fairly even Stevens up there at the moment. Just going to check your... Oh, Reality Rift. No, it gets cancelled there at the last second. Scandal managing to get away. And he might run for it now. No, just goes into the last hit. Decided not to go for it. And there's a Refract up there from Scandal. KSI probably going to get level 2 Poison Sting in a minute just to knock off. Just so the DOT knocks off refraction charges. So see, Clinks hasn't really burned through a lot of his regen there, Bandit having his knocked off there. Searing Arrows harassment becoming quite obviously painful there. Something's being brought down to Queen of Pain, or Titan just getting ready to, okay, you know, he's getting ready to exchange items out. Possibly going to get set up a smoke gank in a second. Meanwhile in mid, Scandal 4-3, Chaos Knight 8-3. So Chaos Knight definitely ahead. Of course, he's had a little bit of advantage being having that free farm time while Teal's being forced back. KSI going to wait for level 3 to see what he picks up there. And there we go. Clinks actually getting ahead of the Batrider. The range on Clinks seems to be proven to be quite painful, as well as the fact that Clinks can orb walk past the creep without drawing aggro. Seems to be becoming quite frustrating for him. There we go, Chaos Knight. Rather, Sven there, the Rogue Knight. Chaos Knight, the Rogue Knight now backing up there. Going to be going back to his creep of jacking that pool once again. Chaos Knight on the other hand, 9-4, still picking up, still wrapping up the farm. I'm really interested to see how this Sven versus Chaos Knight goes. There's a Reality Rift. They're going to gun for the kill here. Now the Venomous Scout on top. The Ice Path comes in. Gush, well, Scandal's just going to try and counterattack for a kill, but it looks like he'll be turned into the first blood here. And Titan will take it. And there's the level 3 Venomancer. What is he going to skill up here? He hasn't decided just yet. And there we go, Poison Sting level 2, and that's just to mess with the refraction charge. They've even thrown down a counter wall there to make sure Scandal can't meld and try and hide. When he's being ganked there, as you see, nope, nothing there. He's going to back up without getting hit. Bandit now, items coming out, bottles being sent out to him, going to heal up there. Clinks definitely getting ahead now, 17-1 versus 9-1 there. He is pulling ahead. Even with Go Black there, it's just, problem is they've got the Reality Rift there, and of course they had the backup there from Tidehunter as well. And now he's not going to have very many refraction charges either on demand because of the Poison Sting. This is going to become a very, more difficult lane there for Scandal. In fact, Jakira might even just abandon it. So you know what, just get the levels that you can. They're going to look for the top. We're at a 4-minute mark. However, it does get jacked there by Venomancer. No, he's going to come back in mid and continue supporting. Haven't really seen a whole lot of activity here. And they can't really spam any of their spells here. Sven actually going for a level 2 Warcry at the moment. Well, they can't really spam any of their spells here just because Queen of Pain is pretty much immune to them, so they get the kill in on mid. Venomancer actually going to the top and getting the kill there on Clinks, who was caught out by the hasted KSI. Meanwhile, it looks like Chaos Knight getting caught out here by his opponents. Do we have a dual breath there? Dual breath getting sent in. It's too slow though. Chaos Knight is very speedy there. He's also picked up... No, he's just salving up there. Hasn't picked up his boot, but he is naturally speedy. And they're slow in there on Scandal. They might gun for this. They're spreading the slow about on both of them. See, he's sticking the poison sting on both of them. Scandal already losing a refraction charge. Refraction is gone. They don't manage to get the kill though. Dual breath going to chase him off once again. And I feel really sorry for this bottom lane. Just the fact that they can't get any of these kills that they'd like to. Queen of Pain is just able to disjoin all of their spells. She can get away from Cold Feet. She doesn't care about Ice Vortex, and of course she can dodge the Stormbolt if she times it right as well. Just dance back from the start of there. They're going to jump in though. Here comes SS into trouble. Pops a magic wand there. The Stormbolt's already gone in. Unfortunately, it looks like Creeper going to block tight under there. Can he get the last hit in? He'll get an Anchor Smash in there and get the kill. Queen of Pain though getting taken out. Sven's going to try and cut his way free here. Still stuck inside the 3 creeps. He finally manages to navigate around them. Tidehunter, they're also being cleaned up by the tower. So 2-for-1 trade there in the end. Meanwhile, Scandal in mid. The port's coming in. However, there is a possible gank swing around. No, KSI just throwing down a ward to replace a 6-minute one there. That will disappear. The Bandit now has picked up... Well, he's got counter wards on at the moment. This is to help him mess with Clinks. It will make Clinks less able to just dart to the other side of the creep wave and start beating on him there. Sven now clarity up. Has got 1500 gold in the bank. We'll see what he goes for first. Just wonder if we're going to see something crazy like a first Midas or something. He's got the cash. He's getting the cash for it. He could get a 7-minute Midas by 7 minutes by quite easily, but we'll see. And of course, Sven is one of those strength heroes that benefits quite a lot from the attack speed increase. And they're going to gun in for this one. Their Queen of Pain though jumps away. This is what I mean though. He's popped the level 2 Warcry. Gets his stun down. Scandal is here. The double damage rune. It's going to be enough to pick off Queen of Pain. That's exactly what they want. Beating this Sven. Experiencing gold there. This is going to go right back to last hitting. SS has picked up a level 3 charge there on his magic wand. Not much you can do. Chaos Knight though getting a kill there on Go Black, who gets caught out all alone, unfortunately. Gets too close. The stun and the slow there, too much for him to handle. Meanwhile, top lane, Funnick is up here. So he's just going for the death bag. I was about to say he might be scouting out, looking for trouble there. Now let's have a look at the gold chart at the moment. It's currently very, very even as we see the gank coming down on top of Funnick. Funnick though fading into invis. And they don't have any more counter wards left. Meanwhile, experience-wise, also extremely even. Very little difference between these teams. This is going to be a much, much closer match. I am a little bit worried, though, mostly because Empire, they can afford to play this one defensive. They go to the late game with Clinks, Templar Assassin, and Sven. With any decent amount of farm, they're probably going to overwhelm Virtus.Pro's lineup. Especially in the mid-game. If they get some early farm on Clinks, early farm on Sven as well. You see Sven 36 and 9. This is really playing towards him, and then we get the stun there on Scandal. I think he managed to dodge the Venomous Gale there. They spot him up though with the ward. He's boxed in by 3 heroes. Body block there. Can't really get his way through there. Tries to take somebody with him, but it's not going to happen. Outnumbered 4-1. SS and Jakiro just standing off there. Didn't really want to get too close. Otherwise, they just get reality rifted in as well. But this is what I'm worried about. The amount of farm that Empire are getting, they can afford to play a very standoffish game. The only person who's kind of hurting for farm at the moment is Scandal, but it's Templar Assassin. She kind of only needs a couple of core items, and she's alright. As meanwhile, though, Funnick now getting caught inside that Firefly. This is not good for him. Needs to disengage it. Needs to get away from that Firefly. Still stuck inside. He's visible, though. The counter ward going to pick him off. And now Virtus.Pro, it's their time to shine. They've got to put the pressure on in the mid-game, because it come about the 30-minute mark or so. If these heroes are allowed to get the farm they want, they're going to be so hard to stop. See Sven there, he will be opening up with drums just to try and help out with mobility issues. Of course, melee carries is one of the issues that they have, being very, very kiteable and struggling to close the distance. That's why Chaos Knight's kind of popular with Reality Rift. They can get stuck straight in. Sven's thinking about moving in there. Okay, they spotted Queen of Pain there. He's going to Warcry. Great hurting there. There's the gush, though. They've lost track of sight. They've lost sight there to Queen of Pain. Going to go after NS. NS, though, being slow. Oh, wow. Actually, no. Funnick does. No, let's blow your brain. Trying to get out as we see SS charging there. SS going to get picked off. However, Sven will barely escape. Cutting his losses and says, you know what, I'm out of here. As NS barely survives there. Having to push up in the middle of the fight. That's exactly what I mean though, how they're vulnerable to being kited. A couple of slows and suddenly Sven just can't close the gap. Cannot get his big mighty sword into play there. So he will need some defenses against that fairly soon, and that's one of the reasons he's trying to speed himself up with these drums. Clink's just trying to be a little bit quicker there. So with the drums and of course his Warcry, he'll be quite speedy and deep. But at the same time, he does need a BKB as well. Just to try and prevent himself from being shut down. And kind, of course, he would need to watch out for 4-stars on the enemy team. So we're probably going to see one on Batrider after he gets that blink dagger. Goblin about to get picked off again. He gets caught in the stun inside the Firefly. No real chance for him to survive there. The Stormbolt goes out. They're going to try and catch Bandit. Bandit now running out of Firefly, so about halfway through. He looks like he should be able to make his escape, though. One more hit, though. Searing arrows down the cliff will pick him off. And they get a revenge kill there. Meanwhile in mid, Templar Assassin still farming. Has picked up Vegas Boots. Still needs to get. Those Blink Daggers are slow in there on Ammon. Now he's into trouble. Stormbolt is up. Level 4. Gonna toss it down now. Doing some damage though. There's the God Strength blocking on the other side. 2-second stun though. And looks like they're just gonna disengage using the Warcry. No change of mind. Charges back in. Scandal gonna disengage though. Below your brains on the other hand. So decide, you know what, I'm gonna charge in and try and gun for it. Clink's now gonna put some damage on the top tower. They could just try and push top for a moment. Although actually no, they're losing their creep wave there. Scandal now. Nope, only 300. SS. Oh, so poor. Can't even afford boots still. Jakiro as well, still feeling the bite there in terms of gold. He's a 1k advantage to the rating at the moment. Experience-wise, a 2k advantage to them as well. So Virtus.Pro definitely handling the second match a little bit better. Clink's though, this is the issue though. Of course, Clink's has his first Oblivion Staff and he's working his way towards that. And it just comes down to it. They need to really turn on the pressure. What they've got happening right now is good, but they do need Virtus.Pro do need to ramp up the pressure. They don't want to just sit back and play passive. If they do, this game is going to become extremely difficult. Now Queen of Pain jumps in. SS gets way too close, pops a magic wand. How do they get the counter attack in? And Queen of Pain pays the price. Great counter attack there from Sven, coming at the right moment. They might have actually been hoping to bait with that. They get the kill. And Ancient Apparition should be able to survive the last couple of ticks there. He will on 40 health and he's just going to back off and heal up. Now Funnick, just going to farm the jungle a little bit. And now here comes the Ice Blast in on mid. They've got the double slow. The Reality Rift's in on top of one of the wards. The Sonic Trap there catching him out. He's also going to do some damage here. Ravage gets popped by the Radiant side though. They get the kill there on Templar Assassin. And unfortunately the Ice Blast is only level 1. It's not enough to take down the Chaos Knight. It's a little bit too bulky at the moment. KSI has picked up his ult, level 8 at the moment, and he's maxed at the wards. He's had 2 levels of poisoning. That was just to deal with the refraction charges. Now he's maxed out the poison wards just because, you know, you see what, they're annoying. They're really, really annoying. Jakiro now giving up on trying to get rid of those wards. And Batrunner bottling himself an illusion rune there. Port up to top. Chaos Knight's coming top. Looks like they might try and pick up Clinks again. Clinks realizes he might be in some trouble here. Running for his life. The counter wards are tossed down, but Funnick immediately backs the hell up. This ward here spotting up Batrider hiding in the river there. KS9 now sitting mid all by himself. He's just going to use that time to catch up with Pharmacy. Queen of Pain ducking back at the moment. Sven now popping God Strength. They're going to be looking for some early towers here if they can possibly push him. We've got reinforcements coming. Scandals here. Needs to be careful he doesn't overextend though. There are a couple of heroes that refracts up. And they should get this tower. There's nobody here to deny. I believe Glyph is down for the Radiant side as well. Yep, looks like it. Funnick as well, just going to move in here. He's visible though. I think he's realised the Venomous Gale not landing there will be chased off by the wards. Queen of Pain now returning to mid. Got a fully charged up magic wand. Siege Kira's trying to hold off that creep push there. Has picked up a 500 gold in the bank. Probably going to go for, well, we could even see him try and pick up his magic wand here. Might even just save up for Arcanes. We'll see. It looks like they might be going for an early Roshan Temp. This is definitely doable, especially with Sven. He's got a lot of damage he can dish out. Templar Assassin going to absorb a lot, and most importantly, the negative armor is going to be extremely valuable. Unfortunately, they are visible, and the Radiant side should know this is happening. That said, it doesn't look like they're interested in doing anything about it. That or they did not notice. And there we go. The Aegis going to be given to Scandal. Ult going top. Ice Blast headed top. They're going to cause some damage. Unlikely to make these guys back off unless we get some ports in here at the same time. They might just be waiting for the Ice Blast to land before they start porting. There's the Ice Blast connecting there with Virtus.Pro. It looks like they're just going to sack this tower. They're porting into the tier 2 and walking up. Trying to give away the gig there. Batrider's going to kill some of those creeps. Funnick backing up there. He's trying to get too close. He knows there's a counter warden here most likely. Going to death pack one of those creeps down, doing some damage to Bandit. Bandit now catching him out inside the Firefly. Can we see a stun here for Chaos Knight? It's 4 seconds down there on SS. Ice Path managed to land here. Here comes Sven. I hear him war crying up. There we go. Charging in. Stormbolt goes in. Stops the Ravage dead cold. They need to back up here. The Ravage It whiffs. I think it might have only hit Goblin there. They get the 4-second stun though on. Blowing up Brain now. Cowstar trying to disengage it. Can he get out? He will teleport out. Queen of Pain jump in. Titan is the only loss so far. Queen of Pain though. No, that's Ice Blast being knocked there. Queen of Pain gets a kill as well. Batrider is down as well. They also lose the Ancient Apparition. Now Meld Strike there to finish Queen of Pain, and that is a 3-for-1 trade. Great play there by Empire, counter-attacking, and really timely stun from Sven. That Sven stun, he did not stop that Ravage dead in its tracks. That could have been a completely different fight. Templar Assassin now finding her Blink Dagger. And Clinks has enough for a second Oblivion Staff. He's very close. He's looking at a 16 to 18 minute Orchid here. And that is when things start getting messy. Sven's on his way to a BKB. Templar Assassin's got a Blink. Clinks has almost got an Orchid. And this is where any kind of advantage that the Radiant side had, it starts to disappear pretty quickly once these heroes get their items. We've got Yellow porting in now. Doesn't have Lasso though. He's going to Firefly up and then try and chase after them. There we go, Sticky Napalm. Can use the Sonic Trap. Reality Refactor on Sven. Sven gets too close, gets hit by a 4-second Chaos Bolt and taken out. And now Jakiro just trying to disengage. You're being slowed though. Sticky Napalm all over him, still trying to back off. Thirsty Tower's no longer there. He has nowhere to hide really. We see a Sonic Trap thrown in for good measure. Havoc getting knocked back there by a Flame Bake. Just seen an Ice Blast come in as well. Didn't really hit anything though. Jakiro gets picked off and a nice little counter attack there from Virtus.Pro. As unfortunately Empire stayed in a little bit too long. Sven actually brought back. Now teleporting up there. Can they get a kill? Slow's being tossed in there by Templar Assassin. However, I don't think she's gotten in close enough. Although, actually, no, they're turning around. They might actually be able to go for this. Ravage is not up. There's another Sonic Trap there. Bandit now. He's got his ult up. He's going to lasso Sven. Sven popped the Warcry. He's about to eat a stun to the face. No, he drops his own Stormbolt first. Now here comes Scandal. Scandal drops a Meld. 3-second stun there to Sven. Sven taking a lot of damage. 3 heroes going on him there. And he can't escape, just surrounded, unfortunately, surrounded and outnumbered. Queen of Pain now going after Scandal. Scandal has been slowed. Funnick just going to back off. And now the Sticky Napalm. It's a 5-man pub train here. It's chasing after Scandal. Can he get away? It doesn't look like it. Dodges back, though. Melds, he's been spotted up, though. Ice Blast coming. Ice Blast not going to do enough. Ice Path as well, though. They get the stun now. Scandal's back up. He's still got the Aegis. They're going to counterattack. They baited them in. NS now taking damage. Poison Nova being popped there by the Venomancer. They're going to try and pick off Ammon here if they can get him. Ice Path then doesn't quite connect. As we see the Venomous Gale, the Venomous Poison over as well, preventing Templar Assassin from blinking after they get the Meld Strike though. As unfortunately Chaos Knight drops back for a second. Tame My Wild, he's got to blink up. No, he gets silenced by the Orchid. This is not good for him. Another slow there from the Sonic Trap. The Orchid should be off the second. He's got time. Ravage gets popped. Counter attack there from the Radiant side. Queen of Pain gets dropped. Ancient Apparition dies as well. Dual Breath. Ice Path. Can they take NS? NS still on the Ice Path. He gets the kill on the Twin-Headed Dragon, but Scandal finishes the fight there. Scandal, the cheese stands alone, jumps in, he's going to take the tower as well. It's like, you know what, I'll do everything, let me just handle this myself. And Scandal now, he's up to 1600 in the bank, very nicely done there, and complete balls to the wall there from Empire. They said, you know what, you want to fight, let's have at it. Sven now has picked up, no, he's still got his Ogre Club, has used up all of his drum charges already. Bit of a greedy man there. Might want some more drums on somebody else to make up for it, but we'll see. We see Bandit just trying to eat up some creep there as well. If he can, KSI in the jungle. See Bandit just spamming the Sticky Napalm and the Firefly as well, and he's spotted a Haster in there. He's going to bottle that up in a second. Now the slow in there on the Centaur. It looks like Gone My Wild's also just trying to fight. They said, you know what, we've had enough to fight. Let's just go and do something else for a bit. Sven now, ulting up at the moment. Seems like, you know what, let me just use my ult to farm the jungle because, you know what, I can. Cleave in the hand of God, God's strength allows me to just completely wreck this jungle camp. Whereas Batrider actually gets taken out there by Clinks. Also, Venomancer, a double kill there for the Clinks. Funnick all over them. And this is what I mean about that Orchid. Once you get the early Orchid on Clinks, if you don't have the people to shut him down, Clinks just starts jumping all over on everybody. He gets the early survivability from Death Pack, so if you're hanging around a jungle, he just Death Packs something, then jumps down on you. Gets a load of extra damage too, by the way, from Death Pack, but it's mostly it makes him very tough to kill. Just makes him hard to counter gank with nukes. He just comes out of nowhere, completely blitzkriegs you with his Death Pack, and as well as his Orchid there. But now Scandal now just going to try and push his tower. Got the counter attack coming from Queen of Pain. There we go, going to refract up there. Funnick now has Death Pack to once again just taking a lane creep there. They're going to get the slowdown. They don't get the silence down. The Templar Assassin blinks in. May regret this. Gets hit by the Venomous Gale there. Scandal now trying to disengage. Really regretting jumping in there. Scandal way too greedy. A lasso's coming up. No, they don't even need it. A Flame Break and a Chaos Bolt there will finish him off. Bandit wisely saves his lasso for later. Phonic now. Level 15, going for that level 3 Death Pact at the moment. Let's have a look at the gold chart right now. Gold chart right now, 5K. You saw the Radiant side, Virtus.Pro. They had the advantage for a little of it. But here, when Empire starts picking up items, it all goes downhill, culminating that series of team fights there. And now 5K lead there to Empire. So the fact that they're pushing more towers does help things out as well. But experience lead as well says a similar thing. Really went downhill during that fight. You see a 3K lead currently for the Dire side in experience.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so now he's throwing down the wards, just keeping himself scattered out, making sure he doesn't get unexpectedly jumped, of course. Not much he can do about the Clinks at the moment jumping him. He has some counter wards on him, but obviously can't protect himself at all times. Really, the best option for him is to just hang around with a buddy who can hopefully look after him. In this case, this means probably sticking with Chaos Knight or possibly the Titan. Titan actually has a gem, actually. This is why he's going to hang around with Tidehunter. They can also just do the counter warding together as well. The Batrider has found himself his Blink Dagger there. This is going to allow him to jump in on top of the annoying heroes like Clinks or Templar Assassin, just try and take them out of the fight quickly. And it looks like, nope, that's an illusion. The Airman though, back to the bottom lane. Looks like they might be mounting a possible push here on the first tier tower in the bottom lane. Is there... Nope, just more... still the illusions just sitting there throwing me off there on the map there. Meanwhile, Scandal just going to do the Ancient. Say, are they going to muster some defenses here for the bottom lane? Most of Virtus.Pro are down. In fact, only Queen of Pain is missing. She's in the top lane up against Sven there, as well as the Clinks. They might need to teleport back in a second. Meanwhile, Sven going to be pushing that top tower with the Clinks. Just doing some damage to it. God's Strength plus Searing Arrows is going to tear it to bits fairly quickly. The port's coming back though. Looks like this might be the flash is, although Phonic and Below Your Brain, they disengage and back off. Same can be said for Virtus.Pro. They also decide they don't want to push the bottom tower as well. The port's coming in bottom though. Empire now throwing out some stuns. Nukes is holding the creep off there, keeping the tower as healthy as possible. Right, and now this Blink Dagger, this is definitely good. If anything's going to swing things around for Virtus.Pro, it'll be this Blink Dagger, their mobility, just allowing them to jump and pick off heroes. They will need Queen of Pain, of course, and Chaos Knight to move in at the same time. Maybe they can get a Blink on the Tidehunter as well. It'll really allow them to set up a really, really strong team fight. Of course, the issue is if they do have Templar Assassin with the Blink who can hide away, and she's been setting up fights for a good distance as well with the Sonic Traps. They might possibly be waiting for the second Roshan to come up in a second as well to do that. And they're pinging here in the jungle saying let's try and possibly gank that up. Although Jakiro going, interestingly enough, going for a Veil of Discord there. Throwing down a counter ward there, looking for a ward. Doesn't find any though. The Radiant currently don't have the bottom room warded. They do have one in the jungle, but that's about it at the moment. And Clink's still solo pushing this lane. Really needs to watch out though. A Batrider with... If they give the Batrider the gem actually, he could quite easily pick off Clinks when he's not ready for it. Looks like both teams both going into farm mode here, both worried about engaging. Sven though, BKB finished. This definitely going to help him out, stay in the fight, not get kited, of course. That's his worst fear, getting kited in the middle of the fight. NS has got Ravage up level 2 at the moment, level 2 Phantasm. Batrider level 2 Lasso as well. Can they force the fight here? No, the Roshan will be coming up in a second. I think they know. Scandal now with a double damage and has just popped it. Will be trying to take out this Roshan, although they might have gone in a little bit too early. No, there we go. It will be popping up in a second there. And they're ready for it. Now, can the Radiant make something happen here? Jakiro's just going to be holding that off there. Scandal going to start doing the majority of the damage. Will open up with a meld hit there. The negative armor, of course, extremely useful. I don't think they want to blow God's Strength just yet because this time around the Radiant, they're ready to try and counterattack here. But they might be just seconds too slow. There we go. The Aegis is on the ground for somebody to pick up. Looks like Clinks. No, Templar Assassin gets it this time around. And immediately, Virtus.Pro, they try and disengage. Although Batrider the Firefly's got the Flying Vision. No, he's going to try and back off here. He's throwing down the sticky napalm to try and slow them down. There's the Stormbolt there. Disjointed though. Great Phantasm there from the Chaos Knight. Lasso there. I think it's on Clinks. The Queen of Pain gets a kill there as they pick off both the Jakiro and the Ancient Apparition. Macropire gets thrown in for good measure as it looks like they also pick up Clinks to boot as well. Sven falling really low. They take out Sven as well. Great series of kills. And now it's Scandal left alone. He's going to lose the Aegis in a second, and 3 seconds done, and now he's going to be beaten down. Actually, no, there are 3 heroes here very low. They throw out the... Ooh. I was going to say, throws out the Venom Scouts a little bit too early, and they will manage to disengage. So a good counterattack then from Virtus.Pro. They got a whole bunch of kills. They lost Queen of Pain and Batrider in the process, but they took 4 kills, and they knocked off the Aegis as well. Unfortunately, the stuns and disable for Empire just really didn't manage to land. They really got hit hard by the counterattack, the AoE counterattack there from Queen of Pain, as well as Tidehunter. And then as well also the fact that Sven did not get his stun. Well, he got his stun off, but unfortunately, Chaos Knight managing to dodge it with a very well-timed Phantasm. See the gold again at the moment. Currently still in favour of the die, though. Apparently 5k in the lead there. Experience-wise, also roughly a 5k lead there to the die still. Ace Room being found there by Scandal.
To the temple's defense.
Venomance now working on the mech. Definitely early mech is really going to help out. Jakiro still working the Valor Discord. Not sure how much I like that. They've got a lot of physical damage is the issue. Maybe if you can get a really good Veil down, say just as he throws in a Macro Pyre, obviously if you could throw it down just before an Ice Blast too, that would be utterly fantastic. But at the same time, I kind of feel an early mech would have helped his team a lot more. And that's Ancient Apparition trying to buy up early mech, or even just working towards a pipe would have helped out his team quite a bit. You see, Ancient Apparition is trying to buy one himself, a mech. He's got the recipe there for the Buckler. Batrunner still farming away there. Both teams sort of backing off after their clash and re-evaluating. It looks like Sven still trying to get his farm happening. Hasn't got as much money as I'd like there. We'll check the GPMs at the moment. Sven actually 422 GPM. I suppose there's only 26 minutes in, unless he's got something on the courier there. Nope, okay. See Sven actually going to use his mana just to farm CS there. Bring up the net value in a second as well. Klink's currently still on the highest, and this may be the issue though. Despite that great fight, Klink's still 10k net value, but still 2k ahead of the nearest rating hero, and of course Chaos Knight not that far up. And then you've got Sven as well as Templar Assassin still ahead of Chaos Knight. And coming about the 35-minute mark or so, the spells here from Tide and Queen of Pain, they're going to start falling off in usefulness. Same for Batrider, not going to be as useful. Meanwhile, they're going to port into the bottom lane, though. They might get some pickoffs here. KSI cancels the party, maybe into trouble. Batrider trying to disengage. Batrider getting shattered there by an Ice Blast. And there's an Ice Vortex slowing down KSI, as well as a Sun Trap. He's trying to hide there. Pops his old final screw you maneuver. It's his last stand there, trapped in the trees. No chance to get away. Too many slows. It looks like Sven will actually be caught out there in the mid. He was trying to take that tower there and then paid the price for it. Chaos Knight with his BKB as well. Ancient Apparition somehow barely surviving that fight. See there, Jakiro has finished his Veil of Discord now. Mech also finished up there. Actually, not quite. Not quite. Actually, he's missing the armor part. He's missing the armor part. The chainmail there for the mech. Klink's now, he's got a BKB as well. This is going to be a serious issue. The fact Klink's just got his core items. Klink's just got his core items done now. He's going to pick. It's probably going to pick up some more damage there, and he's going to be so hard to stop. He's been getting a lot of free farm at the moment. See, at 440 GPM. Sadly, Chaos Knight has not picked up nearly anywhere close to that, and this is just what worries me here for Virtus.Pro. Despite the fact that they're making some ground here, Empire are in a comfortable position. In fact, Templar Assassin even picking up a Diffusal Blade. It's definitely an interesting choice. I think it's possibly just to purge debuffs at the moment. They're possibly frustrating her quite a bit at the moment. Definitely the Diffusal Blade, not a very standard build for a Templar Assassin at all. Wards just being spammed out there. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight's going to farm top. Both teams though, both teams backing off into farm mode here. Jakiro's still trying to finish his, Jakiro and Ancient Apparition still trying to finish the next item. Jakiro up to 700 gold. I think we might see a 4-staff next to help spin out. They can push him around. It will help him with the kiting issue. If people 4-staff away, they can just 4-staff him after them. Team Wild just abusing the high ground there. More damage to be done. Sven now possibly. There we go. Mask of Madness. Now this will make him a little bit glassy, but at the same time, it gives him speed. Attack speed and more importantly move speed, just to help him get in and close the gap on his targets. And as we've seen time and time again, that's been a pretty big issue for Sven. He just can't bring his great big sword to bear. He's got an 8-second... He's got a BKB first, which is good. At the very least, he can shrug off all that AoE damage. Of course, copping really, really nasty AoEs while you've got Mask of Madness on. It's a quick way to get killed. Smoke of Deceit being popped there by Empire. They're looking for a kill here. They might sweep it in the jungle. Yes, they are. They're looking into the jungle, see if they can find something. Klink's leading the way with his Windwalk. He will death pack something up as well here. Leave that Centaur for later. Meanwhile, it looks like the conversion on the bottom lane. Sven actually being caught out again. Pops the BKB, dodges the spells there. Now he's going to go for NS. He's backing. He's going to need to back up though. The crits there are going to be too much there. Chaos Knight brings him down. There's a Ravage getting popped there on Just Scandal. Looks like SS also getting picked up by Chaos Knight. Go Black into trouble. So 3 down for Empire. Not a good engagement for them all. They've lost 4 as Jakiro dies. Well, they finally get Chaos Knight. And now Klinks is trying to go. It's Klinks versus the world. Can he make something happen? He's going for KSI here. He's got no support, no buybacks coming. Klinks, so his BKB's worn off. He's gone, okay, I'm out of here. I'm just going to teleport out. And he heads back to the fountain, realizing he can't finish him off. Klinks, so picking up a Crystals. We'll have a look at the gold chart, how that swung in a minute. And sadly, they just came in too quickly. And one of the issues is, of course, Sven is being focused. Sven is being focused by the illusions from Chaos Knight, and of course they do full physical damage. They hit quite hard, and if he's got Mask of Madness on, it makes them crit extremely powerfully. You saw that even though he had the BKB up, he was just melting the physical damage there and just got brought down quite quickly. Queen of Pain now with her Ultimate Orb. Looks like she's shopping for a Hex at the moment. Has picked up another 3.2k in the bank. Oh, Ice Blast being sent in. That's not going to do anything though. Nobody's low enough to really be affected by it. Meanwhile, a 7.5k gold advantage for the Dire side after that fight. Experience-wise, has dropped all the way back down to a 3k lead roughly. Ancient Apparition though, Mech has been brought out to him. Templar Assassin still trying to get the Diffusal Blade. She's fairly close to it right about now. I'm really not sure about the Diffusal Blade, but we'll see. We'll see how it works for her. I guess this might just be another spell to help kite the Chaos Knight, but I don't really see it working all that well. We got Ice Blast being sent in once again. The Queen of Pain actually gets obliterated there by Klinks. There's the lasso though, going to pin down Klinks. He's outnumbered pretty badly. He's going to try and disengage, but there's a Reality Rift. Chaos Bolt coming. The Ice Path comes in trying to save Klinks. Can Klinks disengage? He's going to try and get out, but he does get cleaned up there. Couldn't manage to get himself free. However, they do bring down Batrider as it looks like Templar Assassin gets in with a Diffusal Blade, puts the slowdown. They're counter-attacking now. Chaos Knight is going to get dropped X. KSI pops the Poison over, tries to duke away. Not going to happen though. Can they get a stun in to disrupt this port? Doesn't going to matter. As they get the DPS in just to kill him instead. There's Sven running super speedy style. We'll just head back to the mid lane to push that mid tower is down. They could gun for a bit of damage on the mid tower. They've got a good 40 seconds there. The port out though. Looks like they're just going to head back and defend. Jakiro now sitting on 1100 gold at the moment. Smoke up there by NS. He's got a Shiva's Guard. Okay. Open up fairly early on with Shiva's Guard. Now this is going to give him two things. One, it's going to slow down Sven's attack speed and everybody's attack speed. This will be all round nice in terms of increasing everyone's effective health and lowering the enemy damage output. At the same time too, it's also going to give him a lot of armor. This is a very physical damage oriented lineup. It's going to make him that much harder to remove with that extra 15 armor. We'll see another Roshan. Roshan number 3 here. They're going to cheese out of this one as well. I think they're worried about getting attacked though mid-fight. It's Titan now rotating around. They pop the Firefly. Just check out what's going on there. Templar Assassin also moves in to check things out as well. Bandit doesn't see anything though. He might even decide to do it. Chaos Knight now has picked up a Sands, and the question is if you'll go for a Heaven's Halberd, or you have actually seen Sands and Yasha on Chaos Knight. I don't hate it all that much. There are worse choices. Sven now looks like he's building his assault there. Chikura's bought something, might possibly just be more wards at this point in time. I think they're hoping the Radiant team's going to try and engage there on Roshan and they can just jump him from behind. Radiant team's still very wary though. They're thinking about moving in though. See Kansai still spamming those wards, just trying to keep up as much line of sight as possible. As they hear a potential stun in mid. Oh, it's just on creep there. Sven just taking some last hits. See Batrider blinks in and then doesn't last, so immediately disengages. He managed to lasso there. That could have been the end of Sven. He had some teammates really close by there. It would have helped though. If he had his 4-star, he probably would have gone for it. He's also picked the Ghost Scepter. Definitely not a bad idea against Templar Assassin, Klinks and Sven. Does need to watch out though if getting caught in the Macro Pyre or the Ice Blast. Now there we go, they got the Orchid being popped there on Batrider. Now they're going to jump in there with the Ravage. How they dodge it with the BKBs at the moment. The Ravage was mostly ineffective. Goblin now about to fall. They can bring him down, but they lose Batrider already. Chaos Knight is dead as well. Goblin now trying to get back there. They're going to try and take out NS now taking a lot of damage. And Sven will finish him off there. Tidehunter gets taken out. As Queen of Pain does manage to duck away there, and she will teleport out. And now they're just going to take a Roshan. Their cheese is up as well. Who are they going to give? I think they'll give this to Templar Assassin as well as Funnick. Funnick has already opened up a spot, but I think he needs the Aegis there. Scandal probably going to pick up the cheese in a second as well. An Ancient Apparition now with the gem. There we go. Klinks takes the Aegis. No, they actually give the cheese to Sven. Okay then. Decide Templar Assassin is survivable enough as she is. Venomancer, yeah, he's got the mech at this point in time though. Queen of Pain, Hex is finished, is definitely going to help out a lot, but the issue is of course BKBs at this point in time. They're all still fairly long durations, except for Sven's I think. Although it looks like they're going to pick off Funnick again. Funnick now getting Hex though. He was actually gunning for Tamar Wild there, although Tamar Wild is going to back off here unless he can get the stun in. No, not in time. Logan Brain's just going to help out though instead. And they'll get rid of this tower. The counterattack might be coming a little bit too slow. No, they see the pause. They say, you know what, let's not risk this. Let's back up. Don't want to waste our cheese. Don't want to waste our Aegis. Funnick gets dusted up there. He's trying to get back. Batrider, though. I think Batrider's going to give up on him. Alright, they're going to come back in again. That haste still lasting. About to wear off there just at the wrong moment. Stun going to come in. BKBs get popped there. Can we see a Stormbolt going? Yes, we do. NS, though, shrugs it off in a second, though. Takes way too much damage. The BKB's duration already finished. We don't have a Ravage for another 45 seconds there as Chaos Knight gets picked off, Batrider gets picked off, Queen of Pain gets picked off, the tower gets destroyed. And it looks like Empire, they have reached peak point, and like I said, about the 30-35 minute mark, this is where things get really tough for Virtus.Pro, because they just can't deal with these three heroes once they get a few items. They're slow in there on NS. See Klinks dishing out the damage there, will actually back off though, and they're just going to come back and take out this tower. And that was a 3-for-none trade. They're not a good place for Virtus.Pro to be in at all, and this looks like they're definitely losing a Rax. No big teamfight AoEs left. Tidehunter, no Ravage for 10 seconds, and they're going to sweep them in as well. They might be able to get around a counterattack here in time, we'll see. 20 seconds still. Although look at those searing arrows tear through this tower. Liquid Fire not helping at all for Virtus.Pro. It is really messing up. There goes a sweep on mid as well. They could sweep for a third possibly if they get greedy. I think they might just back off though. And nope, they are going to be greedy. Might as well go for it. Here goes the one. They've still got the cheese, still got their Aegis. Why the hell not? Ravage is up now. Queen of Pain is up. Chaos Knight is up. Here they go. Now's the time for Virtus.Pro. If they're going to salvage something, it's got to happen right now. As they're going to sweep in from behind Queen of Pain. The Ravage gets popped, but the BKBs completely counter it. NS, so ineffective. However, they do get the kill there on Klinks. Klinks will be back up in a second. Here comes the Aegis. They get the Rax there. They're one Rax away from Megas. Chaos Knight so low, trying to get back there. Sven says, you know, I'm just going to get the Rax instead. It looks like they'll get Ancient Apparition at the very least. A buyback there from Templar Assassin. Klinks now about to die as well. They're still working on this Rax. Sven gets to 4 seconds stun to the face. He's just going to take out this Rax, so if he can get rid of it, they can get Megas and the game will be over. Reality Rift, they're trying to tag Sven off it. Now, Goblin trying to finish this Rax. Can he do it? Goblin, the support hero, the Jakiro, gets the hit in there, and he will pay for his insolence with his life, but he will at the very least take the match with Mega Creeps. Once you get Megas, it's very rare to come back, so we'll call it GG. Yeah, there we go. The GGs are being called, so Virtus.Pro this time round put up a better fight, but like I said, I was worried. They weren't really putting on the pressure they needed to hit the 35-minute mark and be okay. Once we saw that swing come in, Empire, they took a team fight, they took Roshan, and they just pushed the win, took all 3 Raxes all at once. And there was just nothing that they could do, that Virtus.Pro could do to match the damage output that Klink's like dishing. It's got a Daedalus there, you see the Death Pact, he's tearing arrows, throw that in. Templar Assassin's hitting like a truck, she's got a Desolator, and then you've got Sven who's probably hitting, with God Strength on, just completely tearing faces anew as well. Anyway guys, this has been Virtus.Pro versus Empire. Empire taking out an easy 2-0 sweep there. I will be trying to get a quick interview with somebody from Empire. And then, you know what, we've got time. Let's go play some Candy Mode Dodo. See if I want to actually go and try that out a bit as well. I've been playing a couple of games, but I want to try it a little bit more. But stick around, guys. Interview coming up in about 5 minutes once I grab somebody from Empire. Hopefully we'll get Scandal or someone. Maybe we'll get Goblin. We'll see.